Hey guys, Token Vaping, employed at Pacific Vapes. Today's juice review is going to be from GQ Vapes. A lot of you have probably already have heard of them, seen them, tried them, sampled them, which is a good thing. Excuse me. God, excuse me. Woke up with a little bit of a under the weather type thing. Um, but this is a line that I have actually seen in a few shops myself. So they are out there. So if you do have the chance, definitely give them a shot if you haven't already. Like I said, it's not a brand that nobody's heard of before or anything like that. Their name is pretty decently known. They do have Instagram. They are on Facebook as well. So definitely hit them up, check them out, give them a follow, give them a like. GQ Vapes, thank you very much for the opportunity to do this review. Now, with that, they have an 8 flavor line. So in order to keep from boring you with a really long video of all of them at once, I'm going to break this up into 2 parts of 4 flavors each. Now, if any of you have seen any of my previous videos or any of my videos, I am a big sucker for presentation. I'm a big sucker for like the little freebies that companies always throw out just because they're generous, they're caring, they want to get their name out there. Now, this is actually one of the cooler presentation boxes that I have seen. This is the box that they sent their samples in, and it basically has their name with premium samples, as you can see, Facebook, Instagram, logo, everything else of that. It is a really decently made box. It's sturdy, it's solid. It has a nice little, I don't know if you can see the crisscross pattern in there, and then has a metallic label on there. So it is really, really, really cool looking. Open this up, and the nice thing is they have their flavor menu on the inside of the cover, but they also stickers. Always gotta like stickers. Stickers are cool. But they also provide a flavor menu as well in the box. And as you can see, there are the 4 that I will be doing on the next video, but you can see that they're individually slotted. Now, this is a sample box, so it's not going to be these samples that they were gracious and generous enough to send me are 15 ml bottles. You can purchase their line online short of going into an actual brick and mortar store. If you prefer ordering stuff online, you can definitely do that as well. If you go to gqvape.com and then go to purchase one of their bottles, it'll automatically send you over to a website that I believe they are a direct partnership, so to speak, helping out, is skylinevapor.com. Now, Skyline Vapor does sell various lines and things like that. So it's basically GQ's way of supporting another form of supporting your local shop. They don't want to do a direct buy off their website. They like to help out stores, shops, online stores, things like that, to help enhance the vaping community and also to help support, vape stores. So that's really cool in itself, is always trying to help the little guys, so to speak. Now you can go, like I said, if you go to gqvape.com and you go to purchase one of their bottles, it'll shoot you over to skylinevapor.com. You can purchase a 30 ml bottle on that site for $18. So really reasonably priced, not expensive, not something that's going to break the bank. It does offer 5 nicotine levels, a 0, a 3, a 6, a 12, and they also offer an 18. Now, there are a lot of vapors out there that don't usually go above a 12, but there are more and more people switching over to vaping, which if you are, great for you. There are so many vapors out there that, if there are any questions, any concerns, any things that you want to know, definitely reach out to them. Myself, there's a lot of other people out there that are more knowledge, that are better knowledge, that are, have been in the business a bit longer than I have, but they're always willing to help and assist. And that's the one thing I really, really like about the vaping community, is that it's a giant online family. Granted, we don't all know each other, we don't all hang out with each other, but we do support each other in the process of vaping. So if you have any questions, don't ever feel like you can't ask, even if it's just a random question. If you're on Instagram, if you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, just throw out the question. Somebody will answer it. That's the way it is. It's really cool. But most people that I know, at least, most of us, we all vape a 12 or under. I vape a 3. I've gotten myself down to a 3. Now, will I eventually get to a 0? I hope so. But right now, a 3 is good for me. But, you know, GQ is basically just trying to make sure that they provide everybody um, with enough of an option that they feel comfortable enough and don't feel that it's something that's not going to work for them or that they can't get involved with it or do it like that. So that's really cool as well. So they do offer the five nicotine levels. Now, I do believe it is a 70-30 mix ratio. So you're definitely going to get some decent clouds off of this, but you're going to get the bulk of the flavor as well. So that's also a really cool thing. These are how the bottles come. And since, as I showed you, there are a couple bottles in here I have not touched yet, and I'm saving that for the next video, but I did want to show you, they do come plastic safety sealed. You can see the plastic right there. So that's really cool just to ensure safety. So if you order from them, and for whatever reason, anything about the bottle doesn't seem kosher, it doesn't seem completely sealed, if something looks like it was tampered with, ripped, torn, anything like that, don't vape it for safety and health reasons. Just reach out to the company, Skyline Vapor, if you order from them, GQ Vape directly, a local shop if you bought it from them. They will go ahead and take care of you. The one thing that all vapors we do care about is safety and health. So definitely keep an eye for that. But it does come safety sealed. There is a child safety cap on there. It is a clear glass bottle. And they do have the logo on the front here. Now, the name of the flavor is here, bottle size, nicotine level, and I believe there's a born on date here, so it lets you know how long it's been since this was made. That is the ingredients on here, and then the standard warning label and everything else on there. So very informative. Labels as well, as they are pretty cool, just they have different designs on them. This is the G6, and the background on it is there is a private jet with an air view. This one here is Empire, and it's got a cityscape for the background. So for each flavor, they definitely do have different backgrounds on the labels, which gives them a little bit more of a flair, and it breaks up the monotony of just having a standard picture as well. This one here is the high roller, as you can see there, and it's got money in the background. And then the other one is Eclipse, which obviously has an eclipse on the label. So they basically they try to break it up a little bit and make each a little bit different, even though it has the standard logo and everything else like that on there, but they just try to make them a little more lively and fun to look at. So presentation, the really nice, well-made box, with the stickers, the flavor menu, and the differences in labels on the bottles, definitely a great job on that. Now, as far as for the 4 flavors, the ones that I tried, as I just showed you, is Empire, G6, High Roller, and Eclipse. Now, Empire is going to be their breakfast cereal vape. Basically, I'll be honest, it's a standard Fruity Pebble or Fruity or Pebble, Fruity Loops like type cereal flavor. It's very solid. I'm not going to say it tastes bad at all. It doesn't. It tastes exactly like it's supposed to. It's a solid vape. The only downside to it really is just that now, because cereal flavors are becoming so popular, most lines are at least offering one type of cereal flavor. So it's not something that is completely unique or outside the box, but it is a very solid flavor. Smells exactly the way it's supposed to, vapes exactly the way it's supposed to. G6 is supposed to be a Zesty Citrus candy. I get the citrus candy out of it. For me, it really just tastes like the orange Tic Tacs, which I think is kind of different. I mean, a lot of people doing candy flavors. They're doing like the sour, the sweet and sour, the sour worms, sour gummy bears, Laffy Taffy. I mean, all the different types of really sweet flavored candies. Somebody has a flavor that emulates it. This to me is unique in that sense, because I don't know of anybody else who has a Tic Tac type flavor. I used to eat those, by the little boxfuls, just because I like to eat the candy coating off of it, and that's exactly what this tastes like. It has a very clean, a crisp, citrusy smell to it, which kind of just, as soon as you smell it, it kind of pops in your nose. Um, but again, you know, it vapes very solid, vapes exactly the way it's supposed to taste. So you know, that one is different because, like I said, it reminds me of a Tic Tac. So that's not a flavor that is commonly being done by a lot of people. High Roller is a pineapple blend. Um, Now this one, I really like the smell of it right out of the bottle. Basically, that's this one right here is the High Roller, and yeah, right out of the bottle when you smell it, it's just a ripe, juicy pineapple. But when you vape it, it doesn't taste exactly like you would if you just cut a chunk out of a pineapple and eat it. It's got a much more mellow, it's got a creamier vape flavor to it. So I believe that's where the blend part comes into it. So it's not a straight pineapple, where it's, for some people that's a really rich flavor, um, but it does mellow out, and it's more of a blended smoothie style vape flavor, which makes it really enjoyable. And Eclipse is a kiwi berry and tropical fruit. Now, most of the time that a lot of people that I've come across with companies and things like that, when they do a berry flavor or a tropical fruit, sometimes it's a little hard because you tend to go a little bit strong on them. So the flavor comes off being a little sweeter than it's meant to. Um, this particular flavor, the Eclipse, it has with the kiwi in it. On smell, I smell more of the tropical and the kiwi. I'm not specifically sure. It doesn't state which specific berry or berries it's meant to have, but I get definitely the kiwi and the tropical. Vape wise, it's very fruity, but not in a bad way. Um, the tropical and the berry definitely blend in that you get a citrusy vape, but it has a more full um, berry flavor. The kiwi, I do get in a little bit of the undertone. It gives it a little bit of a break so that you don't feel like you're vaping straight berries or straight tropical or straight anything specific. It breaks it up enough to where you get it's more of like just a big um, mix of juices into one giant, like uh, berry tropical juice. It's like a punch, which I thought was really cool. It was very comfortable. It was very enjoyable. It was very soothing. Um, with this line, if I had to, because I try to stay as open and honest about all of this as I can, which is why, if you noticed, I don't do a lot of editing. I don't mess with the video. I try to keep this real, and you can tell by my voice, and I do apologize for that. Like I said, I did wake up a little bit under the weather. Um, but I do try to keep this as real and honest as I can. I believe I owe that to the vaping community. I don't like to mess with edits. I don't like to do a lot of different things to my videos, because I don't ever want anybody to question or doubt um, the sincerity and honesty of what I'm saying. But to be realistic about it, I can't say 100% positive things about every single line that I try. There's no such thing as the perfect line, just like there's no such thing as a perfect person. But there is a perfect person for you or me specifically, just like there's a perfect line for you or me. But if I was going to say anything negative at all about this line, the only thing that I would say is that it's a very safe line. And by that, I just mean that going through the different flavors, there isn't anything really, with the exception of the G6 so far, there isn't really anything that pops out as truly unique or outside the box. That's not a bad thing though, because one thing that I feel you don't want to really take a chance on when you're making a juice line is you don't want to go too extreme with it in fear of people not liking it just on what they read or what they hear. You definitely want people to try it. So obviously you're going to want to go with flavors that you know people like. Now, how you mix them or what you mix them with, that's where the difference comes in. This is a very solid line. I can definitely see this being an all-day vape line for a lot of people because the flavors are true. They vape the way they're supposed to. They taste the way they're supposed to. So it is a very dependable line. It's just like I said, the only thing that I could really say about it is that it seems more of a safe line, so that you don't have to worry about really expanding your horizons as far as trying something different. But again, that's not always a bad thing. Now, for this video, like I said, it is a 70-30 mix, so I do want to show you the clouds and the way that it vapes on that. So since I already opened it because I showed you the smell, I'm going to go with High Roller, which is the pineapple blend. I do like pineapple, but I don't like it super straight right off the core, because it is a bit sweet for me. As I said, this was a very smooth vape on it. It was more like a pineapple smoothie, so that was really cool. So I'm going to show you that here real quick, and before I forget, the cotton that I use is Texas Tough from USA_Vape Mama. It is not a pansy-ass cotton ball. It is definitely a solid wicking cotton that holds flavor really, really well and does last quite a while. So definitely check her out on Instagram. Now, as you can see, I do vape at 60 watts. That is my safe zone. I can vape higher. I have vaped higher, but it's just that it is a very comfortable spot for me to vape on, as I found, especially when I'm trying different flavors. I don't have to play around a whole lot with them. I've always been able to find a mellow spot at this point. Now, some flavors do come out more when you raise up the temperature a little bit. Some work a little better if you come down. That's all going to come down to the vapor themselves, as far as to what their preference is. Just as I try to tell everybody, as honest and down the line as I try to be about my reviews, my opinion and my reaction is not law, and it's not binding. So please do not take it as I'm trying to tell you this is the final say on this. This is just how I take to this. I'm hoping that maybe it might help you decide if you want to try it. It might give you a little bit more information than you knew about before. But by no means do I try to say that my opinion is the end-all be-all. Absolutely, definitely give this line a try, bar nothing. It definitely vapes really solid. This is High Roller on 60 watts from GQ Vape. That was my poor attempt. Good solid clouds. Flavor is right all there. Definitely pineapple, but very mellow, very smooth. So it is definitely something you can vape all day, and it is not too rich of a flavor, but you definitely taste what you're supposed to with it. You definitely get the pineapple out of it. So, very good clouds. Very solid flavor. I mean, that is a very enjoyable pineapple flavor. Overall, dead solid line. There isn't anything superly bad about the line itself. Some people may just, like I said, some people may just look at it as that it's a safe line, and if they're standard flavors to some, it might deter them from wanting to try it. But I'm telling you guys, if you're looking for just a dependable, solid, all-day vape, this is not something that you should pass over. You should definitely give GQ Vape a try. If not, tell your shop, if they don't carry it, to reach out to GQ Vape to get some samples or something to get in to try. If you haven't already tried them, definitely give it a shot. If you have already tried them, then you know what I'm talking about. So with that, I will end this as part 1. Like I said, I will get part 2 done as well with the additional 4 flavors, and then give an overall opinion on the line as a whole. But as for right now, GQ Vape, thank you so very much for the opportunity, and thank you for the most generous set to do the review with. It is a true honor and privilege. Guys, definitely check them out. Facebook, Instagram, gqvape.com. As always, I'm Token Vaping. I am with Pacific Vapes. You can hit me up at gmail.com, tokenvaping@gmail.com. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, here on YouTube. anything that you guys want to know or need to have answered, anything that I can find out or help you fulfill and make your vaping experience that much more enjoyable, I absolutely will. I'm a 100% true believer in this, and I would completely support this with everything that I have to offer. So definitely hit me up if you need anything. If not, go on out, try as many different lines as you can. There's multitudes of them out there. Never stop trying something new and seeing what you can enjoy. Till next time, guys, vape on, vape strong.